Hi, welcome to my studio. I'm PM Shore, here in COVID here and 10 pounds extra. As we all have had enough about that, let's talk about painting. First of all, in the olden days when I first started painting, I painted everything I saw, but then I started concentrating on Portland, and I have some of my Portland paintings hanging up here. And I still paint Portland, but I paint Portland on request. And then from there I went to, I was aware of climate change a long time ago, and it just started wearing on me. And some of our Oregon lands became endangered, and then I started painting climate change paintings, addressing climate change, and endangered lands like these pieces over here, and I've painted those for a few years, and I still paint them from time to time because unfortunately it's still going on. And I love the colors and the motion what I try to do is, and painting these, I try to paint, when I painted Portland, I wanted it to look like Portland. I wanted it to, and then I started painting it a little looser to make it feel like Portland. But Portland changed, and so a lot of the buildings started coming down, which was why I was painting it. But now I try to paint more like something, how it feels, and the colors that make it feel like what I want it to look like, and less an exact replication of the scene. So now I've started painting COVID-19, and that doesn't sound like a very friendly subject to paint. But I want to paint a positive picture of COVID-19 in honor of the people who are actually paying attention to it and trying to help people with it. And so these are pictures of rescuers and first frontline people, and then I'm doing a whole series on them. And this painting here is I'm going to do a little demonstrating about, and it's a painting. I talked to a fellow that lives here where I live, and he was telling me that lonely older people are one of his main, he's a therapist, or one of his main, and he's a visiting therapist, one of his main patients, because during COVID they are very lonely and they tend to get depressed, and if they go out they're more likely to become ill, so they're very worried about that. So I thought that and he says, so it's really important that people visit them, and so oftentimes they don't have any relatives. So this is the painting that I'm doing for that, and you'll notice that I've sketched it out, and I sketched it in a blue line, and what I'm doing is I'm painting in the background, and this will be a glaze. Put a glaze over this and over her, and I don't know how much more time I have to talk about it, but these are the kind of brushes that I use on these kind of paintings. They're flat, because I find that if I want to do a curved line like here, these brushes curve real well. And I use both heavy body paint and fluid paint and mix them together to get the kind of look that I want. And I try to get more of a fluid look to it, and a motion, and connect. I always try to connect, like the hands are connected to him, and they're all connected as a group, because that connection is important. And as they hear, she's looking at the bird, and the bird is looking at her finger, or will be when I'm finished with it. So I think I might be getting close to out of time here, but if you come back at Open Studios, I will be painting it. I will be painting on some of these paintings, and you can watch me paint, and we will discuss it further. And that's in October 10th through the 18th, I think. And I'll get back to you on that. I'll get back to you on that. Second and third weekends through that, but it's through that time, I think. And I'm in the Northwest community, and so come watch everybody on the tour. It's a good way to get an insight into people's studios and see how they paint and how they think about painting.